Hi David, Steve Ward here with Mercedes-Benz of Linden. Congratulations on your new car. Since we're going to be shipping the car to you, I wanted to go through a few, just walk around the car, show you how to use a few things. It's probably got a few little things that are different than the vehicle you're driving now. So we'll start and we'll kind of go around. I'll show you how to program the garage. I'll show you how to set up your telephone, etc. As you can see, it's a beautiful car, iridium silver, just as you ordered it. Part of what I'll be reviewing and going through is what we call our delivery app right here on the iPad, and there's various things that Mercedes-Benz would like us to talk about as we go through the car, how the keyless go works, how to put it in gear, those kinds of basic things, windshield wipers. They've changed a few things on the blinker system that I'll also go through with you, but I'll be referring to this briefly as we go through the car and show you how everything works. Just going to give you an overview here before it hits the truck and heads out, so you can see that it's all up to snuff here. Lighting package, AMG wheel, cross-drilled rotors, and the panoramic roof. One of the really neat features now, as part of the keyless go and keyless entry, as I push this button right here, you can see that we're locking the vehicle. I have the key in my pocket. As I put my hand behind here, you can see that it's unlocking, but also back here on the trunk, I've got a hands-free operation. So right underneath here, as I kick it with my foot, it opens automatically. And again, if I kick it with my foot, it's going to close automatically. So that's a new feature that I think you're going to enjoy quite a bit. Let's peer in the back seat here. See, we've got the nice gray, it's the leather package. You can see some of the things they changed for 14. The fit and finish is just fantastic. They've got these little inlays here. They've outlined each button here in aluminum. You can see the contrasting colors here, the nice aluminum trim. Of course, this is real wood in the vehicle. And then up front we have perforated seats because we've got your heated and ventilated heating system. You've got this nice bead around here as well. Right here we've got some storage on both sides. As I jump in, you'll notice right away some of the other changes that we're seeing. So here's our buttons, but you notice that they're all aluminum buttons. Steering wheel's a little different. You'll notice also that this layout is different. We've added a beautiful analog clock. We've trimmed the command display unit here in aluminum, and they've made the aluminum trim to the bottom. Another shot of that beautiful woodwork again. Right here we've got the E and the S button. So we have economy and sport modes. We can push that on the fly. It's going to change your shift points in the vehicle. Of course, the command system right here. When I pull this handle, it opens this up, and you'll notice we've got our cables. We've got our USB port there. But of course we also have Bluetooth audio streaming on the vehicle. So you don't have to plug anything in if it's not necessary. Right up here we have this little button. We'll pull cold air in there if you've got chocolate or something in there. You want to keep it cooler. Again, as far as the controls here, these two, as I push these, the car's not running, but this is going to be your ventilated heat button or seat button. This is your heated seat button. We've got the shade in the back of the vehicle here. Navigation, they have improved the navigation via the voice control. I think it's better. You can read things forward instead of reading them, kind of backwards, where it would ask you for the state and the city, and it would, now you can just blurt out the address. It works a little bit better. Here are our audio options. If you notice, as we come down here, we've got Bluetooth streaming audio. Now, once we set up our telephone here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. If you notice right there, it says connect device. We push that. You're going to search. If you've got an iPhone, you search for phone. It'll be very easy on your iPhone. You're going to go to the you know, the little gears, utilities or setup section, turn on your Bluetooth. Sometimes it's helpful to turn that off and on so that it will start searching. Then it'll appear right underneath here, your phone. You just simply select it, follow the instructions both here on the screen and on your phone. You're just going to answer yes to a couple of things. Now sometimes if you have an Android phone, Connect device here works a little bit better. You're going to turn it on the phone, and then you're going to reach out to the car and you'll hit this Connect via phone button here and then follow the instructions. Now once everything's loaded, right here under name, it'll list all of your contacts and you'll know you're ready to go. Now when we go back over to Bluetooth audio, the very first time you'll go down to Bluetooth audio, and it'll list your phone here, or your video or your audio device. You can hook your iPad here. 15 different devices listed on here, and then again, so now you can watch YouTube videos on your iPad and have it stream through the car's system, etc. But the first time you're going to set it up that way. Of course, you've got satellite radio and some other functionality here. We've got a USB port. You have the SD card here. You've got a USB port inside of here, and that's what it's showing here. Memory card, music register. You can put your CDs in here. If I push this, you'll notice I've got 6 CDs here, and so each one of these we can load in here. But what's really cool is that when I bounce over to disk, if you notice right here, there's a little record button, so I can take and record or burn the CDs here onto the hard drive right behind, built into the dash. That's kind of handy as well. Media interfaces, when you plug your iPad or phone directly into the cable. Now, if you've got a newer iPhone, you will need a little converter to go on the end for the adapter, but it will work all the same. Auxiliary, like if you've got an Android phone, you want to just come out of the headphone jack, you can do it that way. You can watch videos on the system here, you just can't be in Drive. Systems where we're going to set up clocks and things like that. Under this little globe, you'll notice you've got some things. It's wanting to turn this off. I'm just going to turn the car on. Again, we're going to do that simply by just pushing this button. Now, for any reason you don't like this, you can pull the button out and just insert your key that way. Anyway, you've got some different things, including the operator's manual there. Of course, right here we've got our sensors in the bumpers. There's one there and there's one right up top there. I'm just going to turn that off again. Right up here we've got 3 buttons to program your garage door. It's pretty easy to do, so when you get the car, you're going to hold these 2 buttons. If you notice it's going red right there, you're going to hold this down for about, 20-30 seconds until that turns green. And what that's telling us is that we're clearing all the memory out. If you see that just went green, and it'll go off here in a minute. Now, when you get to the garage door, park it outside of the garage, and you're gonna do a couple of things as well. So you're going to push this once, and you can see that's green right there. And you hold it for a second, or just pull it back off, and then you're gonna push your controller here, and this will when I pull that off, it'll start to flash, and I'll send you another video on how to do this. It'll begin to flash. You hold down the controller here. If it goes solid green, that means you're programmed. You don't have to do anything else. If it starts to flash green, then you're going to have to go in and push the learn button on the back of your garage door open, because it's got a rolling code. You're going to push that. You've got 30 seconds to come back, and you're going to hit this a couple of times until, sometimes it takes 3 times until your garage door will operate. Right up here we've got your all-glass top. It's the same button right here to operate the shade as well as the roof. And then going back the other way, it's going to be the same way. Right up here we've got dual visors, but you also have the number to roadside assistance. You also have the optional embrace buttons up here, and since we won't be setting that up when you're here, if you want to sign up for that, you can hit that I button and talk to the operator. She'll give you some options on setting that up as well. So again, we can shut that. It's going to do its thing. And then to shut the shade, we're going to push that button again, and that shade closes. Very beautiful car. There's a couple of the programming features that I had mentioned. Please call me if you have any questions. Right up here we have the multi-functional steering wheel. So as I come along here, you can see that you've got a few menus, and then as I go up and down, it has different sub menus. So for example, if we go to lights, we've got daytime running lights. We want to keep those on. You've got ambient lighting. You can change that. You can change the color of the ambient lighting right there. Surround lighting is all activated. This is the back button. I can go to vehicle. You want automatic door locks. That's on, so as you start to drive. If you want it to kind of honk a little bit as you're when you lock the doors, we can turn that on right there. Again, we go back. If I go to convenience, easy entry, do you want the steering wheel and things to move? I'm going to enable that for you right now. If you don't like that, I'll walk you through. But that's where I'm doing that. Belt adjustment, if it's uncomfortable for you to have that adjustment every time, we can disable that. And then back to factory settings. I like to look at the LED or digital readout. But you have some different things that we can do here and look at as far as